So I want to make a push blur transition in between these two clips. First, what I'm going to do is make sure that I'm on the editing tab, not on assembly, not on audio, but on editing. After you're in the editing tab, you want to go to the bottom left. Here in the bottom left panel, you'll want to find the tab labeled effects. If it's not right here, you click on these two arrows and it'll show you all of the tabs here. I'm going to click on effects. Now here, what I want to search for is push. Press and hold on push. Slide it all the way in the middle of these two clips where I want the transition. If it says insufficient media, go ahead. So now you have your push transition. So we want to make a blur push transition, not just a push transition. What you want to do for that is go to the bottom left panel, go back to where it was originally at, where all the original clips were. Right here, you want to find, it'll say project, whatever the project name is. You want to go there, and here in this panel you want to right click and you want to click new item, adjustment layer. Now the time base is just, you can set it to whatever frames these clips are. These clips are pretty high frames, so I'm just going to set it to 60 FPS. Okay. Now I'm going to drag the adjustment layer onto the timeline. I'm going to put it on where the push transition starts. Cut it down to where it ends. It'll look just like this. After you've placed your adjustment layer, you want to go to the bottom left of the editing tab again. Over here, you want to search for effects. You want to go to effects. And here, instead of push in the search bar, you want to search up fast blur. So not fast blur in, fast blur out, none of those. Go to the one under obsolete. It says fast blur. Hold and drag this onto the adjustment layer. Now at first you're going to see no sort of blur, but click on the adjustment layer. In the top left, you want to make sure you're on effect controls. Click on it once you're in effect controls. And in effect controls, you'll see the fast blur. So this will only work if you put on this fast blur to the adjustment layer and you click on the adjustment layer. The adjustment layer is what you're editing in the effect controls. So you want to make sure you're in effect controls now. And here on the bottom, you'll see blurriness. You can set the blurriness to how much you want to. I'm going to set it to 80. So now the blurriness will take effect. And this is how it looks like. So that's a simple blur transition. But the problem here is this is like really unnatural and way too slow. So just like anything else in Premiere Pro, you can make it shorter. I'm going to make the push transition shorter. And I'm going to make the adjustment layer shorter, fit it. So now you have a little faster transition. Now you're probably going to notice that the clip is coming in from the left. The next clip is coming in from the left in the push transition. If you wanted to change that, you would make sure you're in the effect controls tab in the top left. Then go to the timeline and click on the push transition. Then in the effect controls, something like this will pop up with an A and B. In the top left of the effect controls panel, over here where it says A and B, you'll see like arrows next to this A and B. You can click on the arrow and it will change the direction. So now it's coming in from the right instead of coming in from the left. You can make it come in from the top by clicking the top arrow. Or you can click on the bottom arrow so it comes in from the bottom. That's how the push transition works.